This summer we went on a road trip to Emerald Isle, North Carolina to visit my dad. We did take a road trip, and on the way there, it's a really long drive, so we had to split it up into 2 days. And so we stopped in Pigeon Forge, which is kind of halfway.
We did a little bit of shopping there. We went to Bird's Cookies, and we had dinner at
Margaritaville.
Yeah, and
We had never been there before, so
it was okay.
It was okay.
But we sat right next to the giant margarita glass or whatever that they fill up randomly.
yeah, that was really fun, and it was nice to have like a little extra visit to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah. So we rented an Airbnb that was big enough for all of us to stay in.
And it was pretty awesome. If I do say so myself, I found it.
It was a good pick. We had 3 floors. It had an elevator to take you between all the different floors. It also had stairs, but Elliot definitely liked the elevator. So this is Elliot's bedroom. Oh, this is cool. It's small, but it's cool. Second bedroom. Our bedroom is fancy.
Yeah, your room is awesome. Look at the lights.
Look at how fancy ours is. Look at a fancy shower. This is amazing.
Wow.
Great, right?
Closet.
Or like taking me.
Yeah, there's a huge closet too. Fancy mirrors. All right, you guys ready to check out the upstairs? I already saw it.
Oh my God, how is this view? It's so gorgeous. Amazing couch.
Look at this kitchen. Fancy. This is bigger than I thought it was going to be.
This is way over there.
That's the elevator. We have, look, another balcony over here facing the pool. Okay, here we go. Balcony. Check out the pool. There's the pool. Nice view of the lawn. This place is super nice. Look at this. Nice view of the beach.
Look, they're rockers.
This is a better view of the beach than I thought we'd have. We got rockers and a table out here.
I love it.
This is nice. This is really nice.
Really nice.
Awesome.
Look at that. Okay.
And the place was gorgeous. It was beautifully decorated. We had a view of the ocean and very quiet place. We could walk to the beach. It was like maybe 2-minute walk to the beach.
Yeah.
And it had a beautiful balcony with rocking chairs, which I love a rocking chair. I guess I'm an old lady now.
It was also decorated all beachy and everything, and it had a really nice pool. Like nothing too fancy, but a good size.
It had a full kitchen. It had 2 living rooms. So we all had tons of space. One of the cool features about the condo was there's like a little shopping plaza at the base. Like the main level had like a pizza place, and they had a little slushy place, and they had a little like surf shop, and it was very cool. Not everything was open, but I love the idea of that because there wasn't a ton of stuff like right around there. So the first night we utilized that to get some pizza. And it was really good.
Yeah. So one of the first things that we did from recommendation from her dad was to go to this donut store.
Yeah, it's called the Flip Flop Donut Shop, and my dad and his wife have been there before, and they like raved about it, so we had to go check it out. And it was really like, it's good when there's a line out the door.
Yeah.
So we had to wait, and it was really good.
So one of our favorite places to go eat was Surf's Up Bar and Grill. it didn't have anything like super fancy, but the food was really good.
Really good.
And Elliot got this like creamsicle drink, and I think your dad also got the like identical drink.
Yeah, Elliot ordered it, and my dad was like, I want one of those too. He's a kid at heart, I think.
And they both loved it.
And the food was really good. My stepmom was like in love with the mashed potatoes, and I think asked for the recipe like 10 times and they wouldn't give it to her. So she'll just have to go back and order it there.
So out back behind the restaurant went straight onto the pier. In the pier, like they didn't have anything crazy like roller coasters or anything like that. It was mainly fishing, but like they did have like a second level on the pier, and it was like super windy out there. And it was kind of crazy because when we were down there was actually a hurricane getting ready to come that way.
Hurricane Debbie was kind of gearing up, and luckily didn't really affect us until like the last day. It was kind of arriving, you know? And so we were like, should we go? Should we not? But it all worked out. We didn't really have a lot planned while we were there. We just wanted to hang out with my dad and his wife and just enjoy time together. And so we really just kind of hung out at the beach, and, you know, we went to some little touristy shops and just pretty much hung out. But we did have one thing that we really wanted to do that my dad was like, I really want to do this. And he had mentioned it the last time we were there. So it's like, we are doing it this time. And it was go on a ferry to Sand Dollar Island.
And that was probably the highlight of the trip. Like, it's an island that's not always there, like when the tide comes in or whatever, or goes out or whatever it is.
When the tide
like
goes out.
the island is underwater, and like even when you're there, like you can walk through from, like, you'll see an island over there and it's like a couple feet of water, and you can walk through it to get to the other island.
It's like a sandbar, right?
I
A
don't know.
Sand Dollar bar?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we did find a bunch of sand dollars. Not any like really big ones, but we got a whole, like, we made a little artwork of sand dollars.
some of the pictures showed like people with like huge sand dollars, but I thought it was kind of cooler when we found the little bitty ones. I mean, there were some that were like the tiniest part, like the tiniest ones, and you were like, how did we even find this? But one of the cool things is you can see the live ones as well. You're not allowed to take those.
Yeah.
But you can tell a difference because the live ones are like a reddish color or a purplish, like a dark purple. The dead ones are white, so you can take the white ones.
Yeah, and Elliot would like sit down in the water and just like put his hands out, and he just like would pick them up like handfuls of sand dollars.
He'd be like, I found 20 of them over. We were joking that he was the sand dollar whisperer. And apparently there's some sort of chemical or like reaction when you have the live ones because his shirt was like all like stained like yellow.
And his hands looked like he'd been eating Cheetos.
It was wild.
So we did get to go mini golf for a little bit. We went to a place called the Black Pearl Mini Golf. It was like pirate themed. They had like alligators and stuff like that.
You know we love a good pirate theme.
I think the other pirate themed mini golf we went to was in North Carolina too.
Oh yeah. And we went at night, so I think it might have been cooler like then in the daytime because they had like the golf lit up and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they had like waterfalls and stuff. So we were able to do a little date night, and Elliot stayed with the grandparents. We went to this place called Carolina Home and Garden, which sounds like it's like a Lowe's or something like that. But it was really cool. It's like this, like, it's like a garden. They had some like koi fish. They have this like interior building with like all kinds of crazy stuff inside of it.
They had a bunch of food trucks, and then you could also order food inside, and they had like ice cream and stuff like that. But it was just this like little magical like area where you could just kind of wander amongst the gardens, and they had indoor seating and live music, and just it was so awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
But we didn't eat there. Before we went there, we went to a place, I think it's called Carib Sea. It was probably one of our favorite restaurants when we were there. I think I got like a lobster roll, or you got the lobster roll and some strip steak, but we kind of split it, everything. And it was really good.
It was really good.
So the last day we were there, the hurricane really kind of started rolling in. I think it hit really like after we left, but we were down at the beach and you could just see these big storm clouds rolling in.
And they had lifeguards there on the beach like the day before, but that day they had double red flags out, meaning don't go in the water. And there was no lifeguard because obviously they had the double red flags out. So it was a drastic change from the day before when they, all these people were there. Even though it was still windy, it was like, okay, this is a whole different ballgame.
And that day we did go down to the point, which we wanted to go the whole time. It's like the end of the island. And it was crazy because it started raining when we got out there. And you could hear this like buoy out in the ocean that had like a bell on it or something like that, and it sounded like this weird like whooshing noise or something like that.
Yeah, we were walking along and we were like, what is that? And this guy was like, can you hear the buoy, the bell on the buoy? And we were like, for real? That sounds like it's like on someone's house over there, because just the way the sound was traveling was so like weird.
It was very cool to see.
It was very rainy there, though. It was raining a lot.
Yeah, there was so much rain. It was like coming in the sides, and it actually came into the Airbnb that we were staying at. We had to call the lady and be like, "Hey, did you know this
Water's
is leaking?"
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a break in the rain, and we went down to the beach just to check it out, and like the waves were crazy. It was like it would back out and there would be like no water, and then it would come back in and it'd fill up almost like 8 feet of water like right in front of you, because there's like a little hill there.
Yeah, and we saw there's like a little platform, and we saw some like flip-flops on there, and we were like, that's weird. I wonder if somebody left their shoes. And then we noticed in the water, like way far out, is like 2 surfers.
I think they were boogie boarding. But
Okay,
like,
sorry.
They were like in these
Way
huge
out.
waves, just like boogie boarding, and then they came in and walked up to where we were to get their shoes and stuff like that eventually. And we were talking to them for a little bit, and like they were like, those guys were nuts.
They were nuts. We were like, are you okay? Is everything all right? No, I'm just kidding. They were twins. That was kind of fun, too.
Yeah.
And somebody came up and was like, are you guys twins? And they're like, no, we've never met each other before. All in all, it was a great trip. And I loved getting to spend time with my dad. And, of course, my boys. And I can't wait to go back and do it again.
Yeah, it was fun.